phrase, "speak English, this is America," is all too familiar. When Regina Elney came to the United States in the 90s, like many immigrant children, she lost her ability to speak her native languages. Her niece, RadioActive's Hebaq Farah, interviews her to report on an all-too familiar story for many immigrants.
When my Aunt Regina was young, there was a general belief that your native language is a bad thing that could mess up your education. For my aunt, it cost her her ability to speak both Swahili and Somali. This loss and pain later influenced her life into adulthood.
My biggest regret was that I let the dominant way, pressure, and assumption that, my own language was a default get to me, and then trying to assimilate. I wish I had known what I know today. I wish I had known the importance of language, the importance of being multilingualism, the importance of culture and identity.
Things have changed since my aunt was a student, but when her own children started school, she saw many of the issues still existed. This included schools disregarding the specific needs of students who came from immigrant households and spoke multiple languages. As a result, this led her to organize in her community.
When we first started, it was more like a social gathering. It was like moms coming together, having tea. And I think it was 2017 when we really said we really could become an organization that truly impacts system, that truly elevates and builds capacity in community and brings the brilliance of community forward, so that you're not doing to community, you're doing with community, and you're walking alongside them and you're not enabling them.
This gathering of moms turned into a nonprofit organization that my aunt founded. It's called Supporting Partnerships in Education and Beyond, or SPEB for short. The need rang high for an organization that helped parents, children, and educators build bridges without having to lose their own unique cultural identities.
Now doing community work, what we try to challenge our families is to say that, our schools need to build bridges with you. But when your child comes to you and your child is telling you something is not right, number one, be their advocate. Talk to your child. Don't let them feel like they don't have an advocate, especially at home. And it doesn't matter whether you speak the language or not.
SPEB reaches families of many backgrounds who want to find ways to better support their own children's needs. Although, a new issue arose: the coronavirus and how students would be able to still receive the level of education they needed.
And I think right now, in the midst of COVID, it's a moment that we need to really capitalize on, just because I think more than ever now, communities are really pausing and processing the kind of education they want. And I think that we're never going to go back to the normal, because the normal never served us.
This experience taught my aunt the kind of education she deserved and has helped parents realize what they deserve: respect and understanding from schools, and how to better advocate for their own children's needs. For RadioActive, this is Hebaq Farah.
Karishma Vahora is heading into her senior year at the University of Washington. She is from White Center, Washington, and the first person in our family to go to college. RadioActive's Adar Abdi talks to Karishma about the struggles she faced while navigating the college admissions process.
Karishma is my best friend's older sister. She has always been a role model to me. She's one of the few people who have inspired me to truly go after what I want in life. Most importantly, she has shown me that you can go to college regardless of your family status or financial situation. At the University of Washington, Karishma noticed these different backgrounds were particularly noticeable.
You had students in classes where they had these AP and IB courses in their schools, and I didn't have those courses. Their science classes were fully equipped with thousands of dollars, and their PTA fundings were in the millions. Evergreen did not have that.
So how do first-generation students compete? Karishma says the most beneficial thing for first-gen students are the college prep programs they do in high school. But she says those programs are a hit or miss. These programs have a huge criteria, and sometimes you meet all the criteria except one, then you're not eligible to join the program. She says the best thing you can do is
utilizing the adults in your life, which sounds kind of dumb. It shouldn't sound dumb, but it does, because it's your friends are doing one thing and then you're staying after school to talk to your teacher about what programs should I be a part of, or like, how do I get my grades up, or help me write a resume or something. So like, if you don't have friends that are like advocating or supporting you on your behalf, find like adults in your life that can.
Despite the extra challenges, Krishma has always been set on going to college. Education is a very big thing for her and her family.
I grew up in an immigrant household, and a lot of our values are around education and, you know, being the best and trying to survive. And so, you know, college is a way to, in a sense, a way to survive.
When I look at Krishma's college experience, I see a success story. But not every first-generation college student has access to the same resources they need to succeed. And sometimes when I think about my own path to college, I worry I'm not good enough. I produce this story to show myself and other students like me that it doesn't matter what you do or don't have. What matters is the effort you give and the passion you bring wherever you end up. From RadioActive, this is Adar Abdi.